as Donald Trump makes genocidal threats towards Iran to wipe out an entire civilization. Senator Elissa Slotkin of Michigan reminds us once again that it is moments like these where military officers and personnel must refuse unconstitutional orders. Elissa Slotkin led 5 other members of the House and the Senate to create a now famous video, "Don't Give Up the Ship," reminding the military of their duty, their constitutional oath, their sworn allegiance to the Constitution, not to the madman that occupies the White House. Now, they tried to indict her for that, along with the other 5, and that failed. But Elissa Slotkin, a true patriot, a defender of the democracy, is back. And she's now telling members of the military, like herself and others, now is the time for the courage of your convictions to protect our values. I'm Michael Popok. You're on the MeidasTouch Network. Let's get back to the story. Back several months ago, Elissa Slotkin, senator, along with Mark Kelly, senator, and others in Congress, including the Jason Crow, formerly an Army Ranger, Maggie Goodlander from the Navy, Chrissy Houlihan of the Air Force, and Chris DeLuzio of the Navy joined together and issued this statement, this pronouncement, this proclamation to the military from their perch of being elected officials and formally in the military serving our country. Play the now famous video.
I'm Senator Elissa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
Who take risks each day
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military,
And intelligence community professionals.
against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad.
But from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
In the Army,
Our Navy,
The Air Force.
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
That led Donald Trump to lose his mind once again. He called them the seditious six. He tried to get them prosecuted with his hand-picked prosecutor, Jeanine Pirro, in D.C., the U.S. Attorney's Office. And in February, a grand jury rejected the effort to indict them for seditious speech or for violating certain statutes related to what you can and can't say to the military. When that failed, the reporting was that Jeanine Pirro ran tail and decided that she was not going to seek their prosecution. You would think that would make them lay low, but no. When Jeanine Pirro wanted Elissa Slotkin to come in and meet before the indictment, what fool would do that? She issued this video back at Jeanine Pirro.
Hi, everyone. I'm Senator Elissa Slotkin from Michigan. Earlier today, I sent a letter to Attorney General Bondi and to the lead Department of Justice lawyer in D.C., Jeanine Pirro, telling them, one, I will not be complying with their inquiries and sitting down for an interview based on a 90-second video I filmed. And number two, urging them to retain their records on this case in case I decide to sue for infringement of my constitutional rights. Just to review the bidding, in November, myself and others filmed a 90-second video restating current law that simply says uniformed military have a responsibility to refuse illegal orders. In response, the president tweeted about us over a dozen times, saying that we should be investigated, arrested, and ultimately hanged for sedition. In response, the threats went through the roof to myself, my family, my staff, and the FBI and the Department of Justice opened up an inquiry on me in response to the president's tweets. But at this point, I'm not going to be sitting down for this inquiry. I'm not going to legitimize their actions. The video we made was public. I've done a ton of public talking about it since then, including now. And our Constitution is crystal clear on the issue of freedom of speech, something worth fighting for. To be honest, many lawyers told me to just be quiet, keep my head down, and hopefully this will all just go away. But that's exactly what the Trump administration and Jeanine Pirro want. They are purposely using physical and legal intimidation to get me to shut up. But more importantly, they're using that intimidation to deter others from speaking out against their administration. The intimidation is the point, and I'm not going to go along with that. That's why I've asked Pirro and Bondi to retain all records on this case in line with the law. Because the Supreme Court may have given the president near immunity on most matters, but they've given no such immunity to those doing his bidding. I don't want to be in this position. As a former CIA officer, I worked alongside the FBI and the Department of Justice in Washington, in Baghdad, my entire career. And I know the career professionals at those places don't want to politicize our legal system. But this is about more than just my case. It's about the ability to speak your mind and have freedom from fear. Because if they can do this to a sitting senator, imagine what they can do to a community leader, a business leader, or a mom who goes viral on the internet. In this day and age, we all have to own our choices. I own mine. This administration will have to own theirs.
And we all know that Senator Mark Kelly ran to court and was able to block some military reprimand that Pete Hegseth wanted to give him, a censure and admonishment, try to bust him down in retired rank and pension. That was blocked as well by a federal judge. I used to think about food constantly, cravings, guilt, repeat. It was exhausting, and I just wanted something that actually works without making me feel like I'm doing a science experiment on myself. This podcast is sponsored by Veracity. Welcome to an all-natural way to slim down, get energized, and sharpen your focus. Veracity is revolutionizing health by tackling the root cause of so many issues. Metabolism. If your goal is weight loss, you need to try Metabolism Ignite, the #1 doctor-recommended GLP-1 booster and GLP-1 alternative. It's sold out 10 times for a reason. No side effects, no allergens. Metabolism Ignite is a natural, safe, plant-based aid that results in an 85% reduction in hunger, and is clinically proven to lose on average 9 pounds in 90 days. I started Metabolism Ignite recently, just 2 capsules with breakfast, and I feel more in control of my hunger throughout the day. Veracity founder and CEO Ali Egan is a certified hormonal health coach, and her personal experience with metabolic issues inspired her to develop holistic solutions for achieving optimal health. It's made with lemon verbena and hibiscus extracts, green coffee bean extract, and magnesium. And even if you're on GLP-1 medications, Veracity is safe to take along with them to boost metabolism and appetite control. Since it's made from 100% natural ingredients and is caffeine-free, clinical trials show no negative side effects. I love that it's scientifically legit and so easy. Just 2 capsules every morning. So before Metabolism Ignite sells out again, make the switch to GLP-1s the natural way. Head to veracityhealth.co and use code LEGALAF for up to 65% off your order. Once again, that's VERACITY health.co for 65% off, and make sure you use my promo code LEGALAF so they know I sent you. Now we've got, in this new reporting, we've got the statement by Elissa Slotkin, and I think it is so perfectly on time. So let me read it to you now. And to recall how we started here, Donald Trump threatened that on Tuesday night, quote, "a whole civilization will die, never to be brought back again." I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. That genocidal threat ended with "God bless the great people of Iran." Got, I think, Ms. Slotkin, Senator Slotkin, in a lather, and here's what she had to say. "The President of the United States is taking his threats against the Iranian people to new extremes. Targeting civilians en masse would be a clear violation of the law of armed conflict as laid out in the Geneva Conventions, as well as the Pentagon's Law of War Manual, also the Code of Military Justice. This kind of focus on civilians is exactly what we accuse our adversaries of doing and what our military trains to avoid. It's built into the rigorous drilling and routines that our military are trained on from their first weeks. If they are today or have been asked to do things that violate the law and their training, it puts them in very real legal jeopardy. I know that our service members up and down the chain of command know their duty, even as the commander-in-chief tells the world otherwise. It's moments like these that are why we made the video to service members last year. And I hope and believe our troops, especially those in command, will have the moral clarity to push back if they are given clearly illegal orders. I mean, this recent genocidal rantings by Donald Trump has even joined together two extremes, AOC on the left and Marjorie Taylor Greene on the right, who are effectively both calling for the same thing, that Donald Trump is demonstrating his inability to continue to lead, his unfitness for office, and that the 25th Amendment, which should be triggered by J.D. Vance and the majority of his cabinet, should be used to remove him immediately. If it's not done that way, I assure you, when the Democrats gain control of the House and the Senate, we will see impeachment proceedings. We will see another third-time impeachment for Donald Trump. He won't be able to rewrite history to get out of, and perhaps a conviction that removes him from office. For now, we're sitting around watching a silent Congress. They're all home, apparently. No hearings, no oversight hearings. Senator Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, and Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, aren't doing a darn thing. They won't even respond to the genocidal threats of Donald Trump against the Iranian people. It takes a lot of doing to make the Iranian leadership and people look reasonable. And Donald Trump has figured out a way to do that in this dark and darkest of hours. But what I love about this particular story is the fact that the people like our leaders that we need in this time of darkness, this era of Trump, like Elissa Slotkin, are stepping forward to lead against great personal sacrifice. You know Donald Trump's going to go tell Jeanine Pirro to restart the investigation for seditious conspiracy or treason. Donald Trump, when he heard about the original video, I doubt he has the patience to sit through the 90-second video or the focus, the attention, but he called them the seditious six. He said that George Washington would hang them from the highest tree for treason. And knowing all of that and knowing that Pirro would likely restart an investigation that would have to go back before another grand jury, we see the Elissa Slotkins of the world stepping forward on our behalf. And she should be congratulated for doing that. I'm glad you're here on MeidasTouch. Such great news on the network today that we get to share in. I'm Michael Popok. Legal AF needs your support now more than ever. Hit the free subscribe button. Help us to continue to grow that pro-democracy channel as well. Until my next report, I'm Michael Popok.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.